All right, guys, we are going to build a chicken coop, a new chicken coop. We need one. Ours messed up with the hurricane that we just had last year, and we're going to put the chickens in a new area, but I'm going to do pallets because it's free. And so we have this board, or this pallet here, that we're going to use as the base, and we got other pallets that we're going to use. We're going to take the boards off the back of the pallet and put them on the front to cover the gaps, and I'll show you our progression as we go, but that's our plan, and we will see how it turns out. I got an idea in my head, but it's going to hopefully it'll come out and become what I picture, so we shall see. So I am taking the saw, skill saw, circular saw, and cutting these flat, because these are the walls. This is the interior of the wall, like I said, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I just so they're flat and they don't protrude into the space that much. Here we go. I'll show you what I've done. See, here's one of them right here. Like I said, I just took out and flattened and leveled out. Whoops, and leveled out the notch. I'm going all over the place, but leveled out the notch there, so that, like I said, that it can be flush. And I decided, and this one of my kids said this. He's like, "You need to make it so they can," because I'm gonna close up these gaps. But he said, "You need to put some kind of chicken wire or something across one space." So this big space here, I'm gonna put chicken wire so they have ventilation in there. So my son was saying that, and I'm gonna do that. Like I said, I'm gonna fill in these other gaps with other pallet boards, the boards from there. Just tack them on there, and we'll moving right along. All right, so here's an update. Here's the update progression I made so far. Put a couple walls up. I'll come back and fill in the gaps with the other pallet boards. And so on the inside, I'm tacking them down, then I'm screwing them in. But I'm putting these cross boards at the bottom of the pallet, screwing them in, and then that's what I'm screwing into the floor pallet. So that's what it's looking like now. Just got a little bit more to do, but it's coming along. It's not going to be for many chickens, but it's going to do the job. So a little progress here. Got the walls up on the sides and such, and like I said, I'm going to fill in the gaps here, putting the roof. I cut off the bottom of the pallets and or the pallet boards on the bottom, and I tied the roof, one pallet to make the roof. I'm going to put a metal roof on top, but that's going to be the foundation, and then I'm going to fill it in back here, and then I'm going to put a door back here. I don't know how I'm going to do it just yet, but that's the progress so far. Haven't had to buy any materials yet, just using what I already had and all these pallets and some nails from the pallets. So so far no charge. I'll probably have to get some hinges and such for the door, and for the front for them to come in, and also for the back. So but that's what I have to say. Boudreaux, what you have? Boudreaux, what you say, bud? Huh? All right, so that's the progress so far. All right, here's an update. Got the roof on. Just put some pallets in there. I straddled them over the pallets on for the walls, so they kind of support it better. and would fit, and wedged them in and screwed them in. I got to knock off some screws that are nails that broke off, but that's the so far with the roof. And I got to put a door back here because to be able to get in there and get the eggs and sweep out and all that. So that's where we're at right now. Gonna put a little door on the front wall for them to come and go, and then put a door back here to, like I said, clean it out and be able to get the eggs and other things. So, all right, there's progress. All right, here's the update here. So I'm going through and putting cross boards in where the gaps are, and doing that. I'm going to cut off the end here, of course, to get that even level and flush. And so doing this so far, covering up those gaps. On these gaps on the side here, I'm going to probably put boards, or I have old fence boards that I'll just probably repurpose and put there, so we can cover up the gaps where needed. I'm not a carpenter, so it's not pretty, but it is functional. So update, I finished putting covering up all the gaps except the gaps here where I'll put those fence boards I talked about. On top, I'm going to put this metal that I got from someone else, repurposing it, and so that's the way it's coming along so far. So just to let you know, I use a chainsaw to where all my cutting. It's easier. It's just rough. I don't need it to be anything. That's going to be the door in the back. I'm going to put hinges. It's going to open towards me where I'm standing right now. So you got to go get some hinges. So I have to purchase some of those. But here's the other side here. Like I said, I got to fill in the gaps, and then I'm going to cut a door here in the front for them to get in and out. I think I may leave a hang over at the front with the metal roof, because I have it long enough to be able to have them have shade in the front. It's ridged, so, and there's gaps in the top of the roof, so the air will flow through that. And I may cut a hole here in the door in the back to have, and put wire over it to have a flow of air going through it. So, because it gets hot and humid here, so that's this part of living in the South. But that's where I am at right now. All right, this is it. Finally finished it. Put a little door here on the front. I'm gonna get a hook and stuff, but this is good for right now. Comes down and closes up, and I have a little lock there for them. So that's the way it's gonna work. I used this old metal that I had. Someone gave it to me, repurposed it for the roof. Screwed it down. So here is the side. Got some old fence boards that I put on the side there to cover up the gaps between the two pallets that were there. And I used the other pallet boards to, like I said, to finish up or to cover up the gaps on the pallets. So this is where we are. Put a little door back here. I'm gonna put a handle on here, I believe, but for right now I just have a lock, and it opens up, We got 2 nesting boxes in here. We're just gonna have 4 chickens, 4 hens, pullets, little roosting. Put a 2x4 there and they can roost up on that. So that's the inside. So there's gaps there because, like I said, I'm in the south and it gets hot. So little breeze through, and then on the top here there's gaps so that air can come through that underneath that metal, and we shall see. So that's that. And it took me a few days to do it, off and on, having rain and such. So took me a few days, but able to complete it. Like I said, I'm not a carpenter. I just put it together, thought about it, used the chainsaw to do the cutting, and that's what I came up with. So I left a overhang right there. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. Depends on how many times I hit my head on there, or whoever hits their head. So, and I use fence boards to cover up the gaps between the pallets. But that's what I came up with, using pallets and using stuff that I had around to repurpose it for chicken coop. So basically only spent a few bucks for some nails for the and also screws. I already had the screws, and for the hinges. So it might be maybe 30 bucks at the most with everything. So that's her. I hope you enjoy it, and hopefully be able to do it, and this helps out to do something cheap, and it's sturdy. It's sturdy. We have hurricanes, so need to keep it sturdy, and that's what we came up with. Let me know what you think. Y'all have a good one.